Okay, guys, I'm going to go over how to do the calculations for frequency and energy. So hopefully yesterday you filled in the colors and then you used that picture of the spectrum to determine the wavelength. So I'm just going to put a random number here. Let's say that you saw that potassium nitrate had a wavelength of 560. Just making up a number, don't copy mine. Now we need to calculate the frequency and the energy. So our formula for frequency, or that has frequency in it, is that c, which is the speed of light, equals frequency times the wavelength. F, remember, is frequency and lambda is wavelength. And I know that c, the speed of light, is always going to be the same. It's a constant, and it's 3 times 10 to the 17th power nanometers per second. Okay, so if I know c and I know the wavelength, I can solve for f. So 3 times 10 to the 17th is c. F, I don't know yet. And wavelength, I'm just going to use this number that I made up. You're going to use the one that you determined, 560. Okay. Now, in order to get f by itself, I would need to divide both sides by 560. Equals f. Those will cancel out to give me just f, and then I need to divide that. Let me put this in, and I just Googled scientific calculator, and it brings this one up that you can use. I recommend it. So 3 times 10 to the 17th, remember when we put in scientific notation on this Google one, it says EXP is how you get that capital E. And then I just need to put the 17. So that's that part, divided by 560. This is what I get for F. So that would really be 5.3, around that to 4, because that's a 7, times 10 to the 14th. Okay. So going back to my spreadsheet, I could type that in here. I don't know about you guys, but I would not want to go through this process 14 times. So instead, let's take advantage of this being a spreadsheet and enter a formula. Equals. What I really ended up doing here is I took the speed of light and I divided it by that wavelength. So let's just set up a formula that will do that for me. So I'm going to type in the speed of light. Let me zoom in so this will look nice and big on y'all's screens. Okay. So the way that you type scientific notation is you do 3 and then you can just type a capital E. And then you have to tell it if it's positive or negative exponent. So since 17 is a positive number, I'm going to do plus 17. So that part is a little different than how you would type it into a calculator. And then I'm going to divide by the wavelength. The way you divide in a spreadsheet is you type a /. And rather than typing in 560 here, I'm just going to click on where it is here. It's in cell C5. I could either type C5 or I could just click right there. All right. So what this will do is it'll divide the speed of light by whatever wavelength is in this box. Look at that. I got the same, well, almost the same number. Maybe I rounded wrong. So that will be my frequency there. Now you have a whole list of wavelengths here. I don't, because I didn't fill it out yet. So you could just copy that and paste it. It's not going to work for me because I don't have numbers here, but you will. And it will calculate all your frequencies. All right, let's talk about how to calculate energy. So my formula for energy, my really good handwriting here, is H, which is Planck's constant, times F. H is a constant, and H always equals 6.626 times 10 to the negative 34th power. Okay, so we could type that into my calculator. 6.626 exponent. How do you do negatives on here? Oh, you know what? Let's not even deal with it. Let's go ahead and type it into our spreadsheet. So again, I'm going to do an equal sign. 6.626 E. This time it is a negative exponent. So I'm going to do negative 34. And I'm going to multiply it by the frequency, which the frequency I have here in this column. So I'm just going to click right there where the frequency is. Uh-oh, that messed everything up. I might have to actually type it in here. So it's in D5. Oh, I need to put in asterisk to multiply. There, it calculates my energy in joules. Again, you could copy and paste this down. All right. Then on the bottom of your spreadsheet, you have what is basically your lab report. Make sure you answer in complete sentences. The purpose of this lab, remember, is about these unknowns. We want to figure out what they are based on what color they turned. So you'll look at your data up here. The procedure, quickly talk about what you did in this lab, and then your claim, evidence, and reasoning. Answer our main question, what was the identity of A and B in complete sentences? What did you actually observe? Talk about things that you saw with your eyes in the lab. And then finally, we're going to talk about the science, talk about how when you heat up some atoms, the electrons go to an excited state. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Good luck.